I'm just going to try and crash in here on a wee chat between Mike Foster, who looks after the charging infrastructure for Scotland. And we've heard a lot today about charging and how important it is to electric vehicle drivers in Scotland. And Cambell. Cambell works for Scottish Enterprise, a big supporter of what goes on here at Evolution. Let's just have a wee chat and see what they're saying.
Hello, here's trouble. How are you doing?
Here's the brains trust.
I'll take you one.
We've got Mike Foster from Transport Scotland, responsible for the charging infrastructure for Scotland, and Cambell, who's heavily involved in supporting Evolution and GreenFleet Scotland.
I am.
Gentlemen, you're both here in an official capacity, I guess, but I suspect you'd also come here just because it's good fun.
I'm a car guy, John. I would be here anyway. Yeah, I think there's very few events like this in Scotland, and I think this is a really refreshing approach. And I think people are here today because it's something new and it's something that they want to do. You know, Scotland's quite a wee place, and there's not really the opportunity to run events like this. But I think we've hit on the right recipe, you know.
Definitely. Now, one of the things we've heard many times today is electric vehicles. One of the big things is we need charging infrastructure. And nobody knows better than you how much charging infrastructure we have in Scotland and where it's at. Can you tell us how it's going to develop over the next year, 2 years?
Well, at the moment we're in our third year of installing electric charging facilities across Scotland. We've already got the third largest network in the UK. The map behind us, which is there, shows all of the locations, and that's only the rapid charging facilities. That shows work in progress, what's already been achieved, and where the ultimate plan is as well for all the locations. So we're continuing to install. We're spending about £2.5 million per annum. We're the only region of the United Kingdom that's got that kind of commercial value in the network that we're rolling out, and we call it the high-powered interoperable network. Because it's all extremely intelligent, takes every transaction, logs it, and ultimately it will be a commercially run network. So we are moving on in all of that regard to have all of Scotland covered, wherever you might be.
And it's fair to say that you've been the brains behind that, haven't you?
Well, I saw an opportunity and maxed it, as you would do with all good opportunities. And onwards from there, really.
Yeah. So we've got, one of the things that people have said is that we've got a really great buzz about Scotland. Electric vehicles are moving forward. We've seen people from Tesla and BMW here bringing iconic and brand new cars. It must fill your heart with joy to see that, having supported this event so strongly.
I think the word, John, is gobsmacked. Not gobsmacked as in surprised, but gobsmacked as in delighted. I can't believe the number of people that are here today. I think we originally said, when I originally wrote the paper, that we would have 1,000 folk, and then we thought, nah, that may be a bit optimistic. 750. Well, we've exceeded that. I think we've done nearer 900 today, which is absolute. The weather's dependent, of course, in Scotland, but hey, that's good. And I think people are not just coming in for 10 minutes and going, oh, well, yeah, okay. Oh. There's queues wanting to talk to people. There's queues of people test driving vehicles. There's people running out of forms for this. It's a nice problem to have, you know.
It certainly is.
It's a nice problem to have, and it's certainly money well spent, you know.
Well,
absolutely. And although a lot of these cars won't actually be made in Scotland, a lot of the components that go into them will.
Yeah, and that's an important point.
We also know that the number of car manufacturers that are here today are only here because of the amount of infrastructure that we've got.
Yes.
We were interviewed specifically by BMW from Germany in a teleconference about a month ago, and it was only the fact of the size of our infrastructure, the capital value that we're putting into it each year, and also the fact that we've upgraded our network to incorporate their new charging plug, which made them so impressed, and that's why their vehicles are here today, because they believe there is a sufficiency of infrastructure, and also in Scotland they do quite well with their sales anyway. And therefore, that's why they're here today.
Thank you so much,
You're
Mike.
welcome. Thanks, John.
Cambell, thank you so much.
Pleasure.